Yesterday, as more snow than was forecasted was coming down from the sky here in Nova Scotia, my friend Clayton said, you should try and build a snow plow to put on the front of your bike and see if you can clear your driveway with it. So that's what I did. Now, I'm not naive to the fact that I am not the first person to do this. You see contraptions like this in memes and other places all the time, but very rarely is there ever an example of someone going through an explanation, showing how it was built, and really showing how it works. I found like a few really intricate machines that it's like, okay, obviously a lot of thought was put into this here on YouTube. The other ones that look a little more like this, they're usually just pictures or like quick videos where people are messing with it. So the curiosity really doesn't ever waver when you watch these videos without explanations. So getting right into it, I know you're wondering, what is the plow made of? It is an old plastic shovel with the handle removed. In the handle's place is a fork that I drilled a hole through to hold it into where the handle of the shovel used to go. This surly fork was never going to get used on a project again, don't worry about it. I had to spread the legs a little bit to get it around the Poseidon X's carbon fork, and then there's washers thrown in, basically so that the two forks don't like contact each other. There's washers in between them, so there's space. And that is literally all sandwiched together with a rear skewer from a road bike. A fairly low amount of design effort was put into this, but it looks good. Completely untested, and I'm not entirely sure that it's actually going to work, but it looks like it could. The snow seems light and fluffy-ish enough that I might be able to push it out of the way, but this driveway is quite long. I can already see an improvement for V2, maybe something to pull it up. The hole's already there. All right, we're on to something here. First pass. So admittedly, it is actually working better than I thought it was going to. The hardest part is actually like turning around when there's so much weight and snow in the actual plow itself. It makes the steering really heavy, as you would expect. And what I've been trying to do is like push the snow away from the shovel and then like roll backwards a little bit, keep my feet on, and then 180 out of it. But the shovel, the plow stays on the ground because it just drops right down when I lift up the wheel. So it just like stays in place and wants to make you fall over. It's doable, you can get around it, but if you get into any deep snow whatsoever, you're taking a foot off. Most importantly, this is way more entertaining than actually shoveling by hand. I think that's the real win. It also has this added benefit of being its own kickstand. It just stays up on its own. Doable here. this worked about 100% better than what my expectations for it were. What I thought was gonna happen was, like, I would get it built, it would look like this, and then when I went to go ride it, I figured that this would be too rigid to actually allow me to lean or like turn or do anything, that if I started pedaling and just tried to turn at all, that I wouldn't be able to and I would go down. But this shovel, of course, is plastic and it allows for quite a bit of movement side to side, allowing you to ride completely fine. But of course, as I said, while we were out there, that once enough snow builds up, yes, you do definitely start to feel the steering like really get heavy, and it's hard to maneuver it to like one side of the driveway or the other. Not to mention the plow, the shovel itself, doesn't exactly have any weight on it, so it'll skirt over some of the heavier snow. It doesn't exactly dig down to asphalt. It's a fairly elementary design. Something that might be cool to add to it is like a handle to push down into stuff and maybe pick it up as it gets heavy or something. That'll be V2. Now that I know that it kind of works, you know, maybe it's worth investing a little bit of time into and just see how ridiculous it could get. Does it make sense to shovel a driveway with a bicycle? Alone? No. But what I will say is, no matter how much of a novelty this is, the momentum behind riding a bike allows you to push just a mammoth amount of snow out of the way. And I waited like to the afternoon, so things really started to get heavy. And by the time I pushed all of the really heavy stuff out of the way with this contraption, there was just all the little like annoying pieces to pick up and throw. My back does not hurt the same way that it does when you shovel a driveway start to finish by hand. So like, kind of it makes sense, but like totally not at the same time. I recommend you do try it if you have the means. And now that we're done here, this is how easy it is to get on. Done. The best part about all this is how easy this comes on and goes off. Okay, somebody time me. How much time was that? How long was that? Okay, that's gonna be the end of this video. I guess you could just subscribe and watch all the videos that I make. Okay, thanks. We got some stuff in the shed we need to do. That'll be the next video that I make.